Hey yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another amazing video by me, Kung Fu Nerd. Today we're doing Bitcoin futures trading in Binance. How to trade Bitcoin futures in Binance successfully so you can make money today. Literally today you can make money, send it to your bank account in less than 5 minutes. Mind blown, right? So we're gonna try to run through this and you're just to follow along the best of your ability. I only added, I think like $50 to my trading account to practice with when I was first playing, and then I started adding more as I felt more comfortable. So for the video, I put it back to $50 in my trading account for Binance Bitcoin future trading. But because you have 20x leverage, which we'll talk about this in a minute, it means that I actually get to control $1,000 worth of Bitcoin for just $50. Now, the first thing you're gonna probably wanna do is figure out how to log in to Binance Bitcoin futures. So if you are already a Binance member, if you're already signed up with Binance, it should be pretty easy. If you're not already on Binance, you can sign up for Binance with the link in the description and jump right in. So here we are in Binance, and this is what the front page looks like. Here we are clicking around. This is where you can see, this is the basic Binance exchange window. So here's Binance. You can see there's your exchanges, Academy, Launchpad, info. You can go to your markets, the exchanges, and then you can see they added a few new things. First, let's jump over here. You can actually buy crypto directly in Binance now. So that's available. You can earn from staking or lending in Binance now. So we're gonna have to do a video about that because that's cool. And you can do Bitcoin futures and option trading. So JEX futures is like options. We're gonna do futures, the top one. So you're just gonna click futures right here at the top. And it's in that, if you have done this, if this is the first time you're gonna do it, it might bring up a little pop-up window at the top right here in the platform that allows you to just log into Binance futures right away. But before you do that, make sure that you have some USDT available in your exchange account. So if you need to go to the exchange first, go to your exchange, sell some of your XRP or Bitcoin for about $50 worth of USDT, then you will be set. The USD tether is what you need for Binance futures. So make some sales and then have USDT in your account and then go to click futures and log in. And again, it's when you click the top futures login, it might bring up a box right up here that says login with Binance. I think it did that the first time I did login, but if not, it'll take you to the Binance futures window, which you can tell on the top left, it says Binance futures, and you can see you can log in right here. Now, you should be able to log in with the same login from Binance, I believe. You can log in with your Binance account, and then all you need to do once you're logged in to the futures trading account, if you figured that out, then you just need to go ahead and go to transfer and transfer the USDT to your futures account. So go ahead and log in, get yourself set up for this basic Binance futures video. Let's do it. So I already logged in, and you can see I have $61 in my account right here, and we're going to, if you don't have any money right here that says USDT, if there's no value there, which there shouldn't be because you just logged in, you're going to click above it, it says transfer. So you're going to transfer money from your Binance exchange wallet to your Binance futures wallet. Before you click transfer and send any money, let's go ahead and do a simple little breakdown of this platform window and what this looks like. So you can see right here, obviously it's your basic candlesticks. You have your candlesticks similar to in the trading window. It's the exact same. You can set your metrics how you like. You have your moving averages, your Bollinger Bands. You can set the different time frames for the candlesticks. And then moving on, you can see we have the depth chart. So right here is the depth chart. You can see the buy and sell bids and their depth. And then up in here, you can see the order book. So the order book up and down for what the buy and sell bids are for futures. So you can see right now, they're giving us funding at 0.01% for the next hour and a half. We're gonna be given the ability to fund with 20x leverage for 0.01%. That's how much it'll cost you to just click in. So it costs you money just to start a futures trade. But again, we're using $50. It's probably like 16 cents or something small to start one. So The next thing important is the difference between the futures price, the actual market price, and the spot price. So what you're looking at is the futures price is this bigger number, the 8589, and then the mark price, if you look over the small spot price, it says mark at the top, but it's really the spot price. This is 8594. So you see there's a slight difference. One is what the actual Bitcoin futures price is, and the other is actually the spot price of the market right now. So as you can see up here, it says BTC USD times 20. So it's giving us 20x leverage. So if I put in the order quantity 0.12, which you can see down here, what I want to do is go to order quantity and hit in this window and then type 0.12. That's going to give me control of 0.12 amounts of Bitcoin. That's going to cost me $50 to control $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now, because I have 20x leverage, that's the benefit of futures. So putting $50 up to risk, I'm controlling $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. So you can see the order quantity is at 0.12. So you can change how much the actual margin required is by changing the order quantity by point fractions of Bitcoin. Now, you can see right here, we're on limit, and that's probably where we're going to stay. You can obviously do stop limit and take profit limit and market, and we'll go over those in a more advanced video. And right now, for the time being, we're going to keep this set at time in force is good till cancel. You can see there's a couple other options for time in force. You can do immediate or cancel, so the order will execute all or part immediately and cancel any unfilled portion, or fill or kill. The order must be completely filled or completely canceled. So we're going to keep it good till cancel, which gives us a little bit of a different option sometimes, a little bit more diversity is how we can use it. And we're going to keep this set right here. And now we can start trying our first clicks in and out of our first futures trade. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to recognize that first there's a difference between the futures price and the spot price. The goal right now to make money in futures is you want to click up right before it goes up. So if you were at the bottom of this huge green candlestick and you're able to click it up, and then you rode that up. What you're telling the market basically is you're saying, I'll buy Bitcoin at this price at a future date. And it can be any date. You can wait as long as you want. There's no time frame on it. So the same thing as a sell, if you're saying you want to sell at a certain price, you're saying, I want to sell at this price at a future date, and you have no time limit on it. You can choose any time in the future to actually complete that sell or to buy it back. If you feel comfortable doing it and you actually start to kind of pay attention to some of the more erratic movements and the volatility, you can kind of catch a pattern. The idea is obviously to click up right before it goes up and then sell it at the top, and then click down like I'm selling down as it goes down, and then buy back in at the bottom. And when you do this, you can see that you'll benefit by getting these right by the percentage at which your return is. And you can see that happening in the position. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll just do one, and you're gonna have to try these probably lose a few dollars to get it. So this is why we're gonna do it this way. So now we just need to transfer money, and we're gonna click transfer, and you can see you have it from your exchange wallet to your futures wallet, and you can type any amount you want. Now I already bought a bunch of XRP with my USDT that I had extra, and I kept my trading account at $61. So I don't have anything else to add right now, but you can move any small amount over. So even if I wanted to move 90 cents, all 94 cents, and confirm it over, you can see right away it made my balance $62.62. So I have $62.62 in USD Tether to trade with futures. So let's do some live trading, and let's hope I don't lose a bunch of money. And again, this is something that I do encourage you to practice with smaller amounts until you get comfortable. But the idea is you are using $50 to control $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. So imagine you're using $500 to control $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. What happens then is if you're holding $500 in margin to control $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, let's say you click in and out of a good futures trade and you made 2%. That 2% would be $10, and that actually would be pretty legit, honestly. If you can imagine making $10 on a few clicks on your computer at home, you get good at that. You could make $10 over and over again throughout the day. Maybe you make $100 in a day. You can actually send that to your bank account right away with Coinbase and PayPal. So here we are. Let's get to some live futures trading. So the biggest thing the biggest thing you could imagine as an important rule is to not rush. You don't need to rush. You're never going to miss an opportunity with futures. Like you can always trade it up or down at any price as long as it's moving. Then you're good. If it's just sitting still, you probably don't want to trade. So you kind of want to jump in the market and look at a couple different things. The volume, like where's the volume been recently? You can see huge volume for these buy and sells, and you can see we're kind of heading down below our moving average indicators. So we have our 7-day, our 25-day, and our 99-day moving average indicators on the screen right here to help us kind of see where we want to go. And it looks like it's about to go up right now, so I want to click above it. So I'm going to click above it to set my price right there at 855,949. And you can see that sets my price down in my bid window at what I clicked it at. Now I set my bid at 0.12 as $50 worth, and then I set to buy. So I just clicked buy long. It asked me if I want to buy long, and I say yes. It actually had an open order for 0.2 seconds, and then it moved it to a position. So you can see now it's no longer an open order, or actually you can see it only filled part of my position. So it's an open order still, and I have a position, but not for the amount I put. I wanted to put in a size of 0.12, and it only gave me 0.03. So I'm going to sell that. I'm going to bounce out of there. So close that position, and then cancel my open position, and I ended up losing a penny on that futures trade because it didn't fill the whole order book. So let's try this again. So I'm going to set my order quantity to 0.12, and you can see if I used a full 1 Bitcoin, the margin required would be $427 to control $8,500 worth of Bitcoin right now. So we're going to go back to using 0.12 actually. So that's $50, and we're going back to look. Here we are. There's no rush. We just want to make sure we know where the market's about to go. So where do you think it's going to go? It was just below that moving average, and it just came down a good amount after that run up. So when it just had this huge buy, you can see that green candlestick came up, and then we have that big red. We saw that red candlestick kind of fly in there. What do you think is going to happen? So the goal is to guess correctly if it's going to go up or down from this immediate moment. And you can see the discrepancy between the buy futures price and the actual market price is a few dollars. So I'm thinking right now, if I buy in at the futures price, the market price is already up. So I put an entry in to buy up for the full $50, and it filled it right away. You can tell it filled it. It has the size 0.12. You can see my entry price is 8,557, and the market's already at 8,563, which is giving me a 2.4% return on this trade. That's about $1.36 up. So I just made $1.36 just from clicking into that, and then the candlestick's going green. You can see it's running up. I have $1.57, $1.72. I'm at 3% up, 3.3% up, and I can tell, like 2% is a good goal to cover your expenses for the funding and to kind of make a little bit of change. So we're at 3.4%. That's over my benchmark. So I'm going to go ahead and close it by clicking market right here. And you can close these contracts by clicking market, but the risk is that it could move really quickly and it might just fill it any way it can. So you might not get the same return, the P&L. If you look at your P&L, that's the profit and loss. And your ROE is your return on entry. And you can see your entry price. You can see the mark price right now. That's the spot price. And then you can see, if you want, you can set your limit at a specific amount. So when it gets to 8,573 again, I want to set it to sell, and I can click limit. And it'll sell it as soon as it gets to 8,573. And so I say sell short at 8,573, and it keeps this open. So it's going to keep that 8,573 sell right there, and as soon as it hits 8,573, it's not going to fill it right away. It's got to actually find the right futures buyers to buy in at that price. So that's why if you clicked market, it might not have given you that full $2 that you're about to get. So I have a 3.72% return, and it's about $1.91 up. And you can see, well, it didn't fill at 8,573, even though it was above it. It didn't fill any of it, and now it's still at 8,573.81. It still hasn't filled it. So you can tell if you want to lock in a price, you should probably hit fill. If you want to just kind of go for it, you can click market. So I'm going to cancel that order, that open order, and I'm going to go ahead and click market close. And what I just did was I just closed it in the market price for whatever they could fill it for as fast as possible, because I saw it was about to turn red. So you can look at the order trade history. So if you go look at your trade history, we hit market sell and it closed it out, and you can go to trade history and see what your profit was. So if you click trade history, you can go to realized profit. You realize you just made $1.64, but it cost you 21 cents to do that. So you have no more open orders, your margin balance is fine, it's all back into your wallet, and now you can see we have $63.84 in our trading account. So we made that $1.64 just by clicking in at the right time and clicking out at the right time. One of the most dangerous things you can do is get greedy. If you are in a good run and it's shooting up, a lot of times you think, wow, it's just going to keep going up. I'm just going to keep making a bunch more money. And the thing about Bitcoin is it retraces very quickly. It corrects very quickly. So if you're up 5 or 10%, like when you hit a 10% futures trade, take it. Just take it. I mean, above 2 and above 5 is like, just take it. But if you get greedy and you're running and you're thinking like, I'm going to get this, next 10% up in the same trade, you're probably going to risk too much. So don't get greedy. Take your profits. Take your profits above 2%. Take your profits. So we're out of that trade. We're still watching the market. It's green again. You can see it's actually up again. So we probably could have sat through that. Instead of selling and sitting right now, we could still be in that trade and we'd actually be up right now. But we didn't know that. We saw it going red and we knew it could have gone down. So we decided to just capture our $1.64. Now it did go green. You can see it shot up a little bit more, and you can see a huge sell wall came in. So this red candlestick came down, and now we're at maybe another low price from where we think it's going to head. Now, I like to fill both the buy and the sell with the same amount just to make sure I can click whichever one I want at any time. But we're going to go ahead and call it up again. So it's at 575. Let's click it at 575. Right there, 570. We're going to click that. And it's 8577. I'm going to click buy. It didn't even have to sit and open orders. It immediately filled it. So we have another bid right here at the same size. So 0.12. Our entry price is 8577. Our mark price right now, the spot price of the market, is actually down to 8572. And you can see our profit and loss is about negative 50 cents right now. So our return on entry, our profit and loss is about negative 50 cents right now. Our return on entry is about negative 1%. And you can see that that's because the difference between our entry price, which was 8577, and our mark price, which is the spot price right now, is 8573. And the futures price you can see is 8574. So you can see the futures price is still up, but the spot price, the market price, is still down. And that just means basically we will have to go ahead and either wait or get out of this at a loss. And if you would have bought it down, like if you would have said sell a short instead of buy a long, you maybe would have been able to make a little, like 50 cents really quickly. But we're going to sit through this because I think it's going up. And so now it's turning up again. You see a green candlestick. We're still sitting in the same second trade. You see our entry point is 8577. Our mark price, or the spot price, is 8577. And right now, the actual price of our actual P&L is bouncing between 0 and like 20 cents. So I'm going to sit in this for a second. I'm just going to let it ride up because I think it's going to go up for a minute. You can see there's kind of a vacuum where it goes below the moving averages and then it kind of just rides up above the moving averages just long enough for you to maybe take some profit and then set a sell. So here we are. The mark price is 8578. We're up by $1. Our P&L is up 25 cents with a 0.48% up on our return on entry. And we're just going to wait. We're just going to wait here for a second. Now, if you want to talk about the limit order sell again, we can set this limit order sell at 8590. And you can go look at open orders and you can see you just set this to sell at 8590. And it's at 8584 right now. So we're up about $1 on our profit and loss. So green candlestick, you can see it kind of moving up into the space that it hadn't filled. And we're looking at basically it hitting kind of 859 right there and it closing it out for us because we set that limit sell. So we chose to limit the sell to that specific price. We're not going to just click market we want it to sell at 8590. But sometimes you realize like it's close to 8590, but it might not fill. I'm going to cancel my open order and just click market and hope for the best. And that's what we ended up doing the last trade. So we're going to see if we can actually let this fill. If it starts to go too much red, then we'll just do the same thing. We'll just cancel and we'll take this dollar. But for right now, we're kind of thinking maybe it'll still go. Or not, it's too red, let's cancel it. If we cancel that, it's still at 8582, we're still up 68 cents, and we didn't really fulfill the limit position. So we're gonna go ahead and just say, let's click right there, 8584, and set the limit right there. So the limit's gonna be about $5 less. And you can see that it just went to 8584. We just set the limit to 8584, it's at 8585. So it should be able to close this position pretty quickly as soon as the futures price gets to 8584, which it just did. It just closed our position, and you can see if you click into open orders, there's nothing. If you click in positions, there's nothing, and you go to trade history, we just made another dollar. Cost us 10 cents, but we made a dollar. Now you can see that the potential for you to make a dollar on 50 is pretty cool. If you can make a dollar on 50, then you can make 10 on 500. That's legitimate money right there. Now, most of us maybe don't have $500 to lose, so I would say play with 50 bucks. And we're gonna do it again. We're gonna fill our order quantity, so we're at 0.12, and we're gonna see where we wanna go. Is it gonna go up or is it gonna go down from here? So we've been calling it up the last two trades, and it looks like it's kind of filling this open space into the higher part of these charts. So it's getting risky to keep calling it up, but I think that we can still move up a little bit more. So we're calling it up at 8587. We're gonna do another buy long. So we click buy long, we say yes, we wanna buy it long. So it's not filling this open order. It's at 8587 and we're calling it up, but it's not filled yet. Now it's at 859 in the spot price and 8589 in the futures price. So it's not going to fill that probably. And if I think it's going to keep going up right now, I should cancel that order, go back to positions and open orders. I have nothing in there. Let's fill our order quantity again to $50. So that's 0.12. And let's set our price to 8590 and click buy and say yes. Now that didn't even take a second to fill because it was just at 8590. So it filled our position. The entire 0.12. Our entry price is 8590. You can see we lost a little bit of value right away on this. We're down 20 cents on this trade, and we're sitting here about negative 20 cents, kind of thinking that it's going to pop up one more time before we call it down. Now, right now, we just lost 35 cents, so it's going down a little bit more maybe than we wanted. Now, there's kind of a rule for me where after it hits 1% the wrong direction, I get out. I don't want to lose 10% negative. I don't want to lose 2% or 3% in the negative. I do want to make sure if I click into a position and it goes the wrong way right away that I get out as fast as possible. Now it didn't go to negative 1%. It kind of came back up and we were bouncing close to going in the positive. So we're going to sit on this for a minute and see if we can actually get a little value out of this trade before we go ahead and move over to selling shorts for a second because we think it's about to go down. Now, we're kind of sitting in this for a minute, still bouncing around maybe 0.31 negative, and there's just a moment here where you have to be patient. You got to realize like either you're going to stick with it or you're going to reevaluate your trade. And I'm pretty sure at this point we kind of lost some of our momentum going up. And we're right now getting close to our 1% loss. So we're going to sell this, take that 1% loss, close to 1% loss. And you can see we lost 71 cents here, plus the 21 cents for it to cost. So that just cost us $1. That was a bad move, but you can see it's going down. We probably should have sold that short already, but we know it's going down. We can see the red candlestick. Can we capture this trade? Can we jump into this? It's at 8577. And you can see it has ability to go down maybe to like a little closer to 8550. So I click below now. So I'm set at 8577. I fill both my order quantities, check again where I want. Okay, it's a little bit higher now. So I'll call it down from 8581. So I click below in the order book because it's just a little bit lower than the futures price. And actually it looks like it's low enough to where we're gonna call it back up again. We're waiting for it to go down. You gotta be careful. Sometimes if you're chasing the direction it's going, you'll lose money. And you can see that it keeps going down and then finding support and running up. So what we're probably waiting for is for it to go down below those other moving averages. Let's see if we can ride it. So we're gonna sell a short. And so we click sell short after we click in our price, 8575, and we're targeting an exit of 855, and we click in, say sell short, and say yes. Now you can see it filled it right away. It's not an open order, it's an actual position. And notice that the symbol next to it is actually red to indicate that we're selling a short, not buying a long. And it has the same quantity, except for notice it's negative 0.12. So that doesn't mean that the size is actually negative, that just shows that you're selling a short. Now we entered at 8575 and we're at 8574 right now. So we're gonna basically, sorry, I had a phone call. All right, so you can see our entry price, you can see our spot price, and we're looking for it to go down now. So it's run up, we made a couple dollars on it going up, and now we want it to kind of go down below these two moving average lines, which is what the trend has been doing. So we're looking at it dropping below 8575, which it is now. It's down to 8574, and you can see the P&L, the profit and loss, is 18 cents, 19 cents. And our return on our investment, our return on our entry point is 0.6%, 0.61%. So almost a full percent now. We're up to about 1% up, and we made 55 cents on that move. So we're getting close to our 2% exit mark, and you can see we're targeting right below these two moving average lines. It kind of just keeps bouncing up and down above and below them. And we're now looking at, we lost maybe about half of our percent, and now we're headed back down, which is up for us. So we're headed down. Bitcoin price is going down, and that's up in value for us because we sold a short. We told Binance that we would buy, that we would sell Bitcoin, or that we would buy Bitcoin. So we sold Bitcoin at a specific price, and so if it goes below that, it's freezing that position for us. And so if we have the opportunity to sell it at a higher price and it's actually in the market, it makes money. And that's what futures trading is you being able to reserve the right to buy or sell an asset at a future date and time, and there's no limitation on the date or time. Unlike option trading, where you have a predetermined option period, this is open to you just writing it as long as you want. If you think it's just going to keep going down, you could by all means keep this option open. In fact, one time I did do this. Before we get away from ourselves, let's catch this. So we're up 1%. We're close to 2%, and that's usually my target. So we're at about 2%, and we're kind of losing, maybe about to go up. So I'm going to market close it. I'm not going to limit order it. I'm just going to click market close, and I'm afraid it's going to go back up. I don't want to lose that profit. So you can see we just click over to trade history, and we have a realized profit of 70 cents. Cost us 20 cents, but we made 70 cents. So the green candlestick's going up. We can see it's kind of moving the other direction, and we're at 63.65. So we're like $1 up from when we started. If you click over to different types of bands, like you can see, if you click away from the moving averages and use the Bollinger Bands, you can see that it's just bouncing between the top and bottom of the Bollinger Band. And so you can say like, maybe it's gonna keep going back down to this 8554 target right in here. That might be something I'm targeting. It did bounce up a little bit, but it seems like it's still gonna go down. So you get to choose, when you click in and when you click out. And that can be very risky, it can be very dangerous, or it can be very beneficial. One time I thought it was just gonna go down all night, so I just left a trade open all night long. I just left this futures trade open. And it was weird, I thought it would work, but it seemed like I forgot that I set it to close at a limit price. Like I set a really, really low limit price. I was like, if it goes way down here, sell it or buy it back. And I had a sell order set to go really low, and then it would close it for me. And I just walked away from it. I was super confident in that. And actually the next day I woke up and I could have let it ride. It could have made me a little bit more money if I targeted lower. But by the time I woke up, it was actually above my limit price. So I actually did a really good job of kind of targeting my exit price and setting that as a limit position. Now, there's not a lot really there's not a lot you can really do as far as like this experience other than doing it on your own and trying it. There is a test net. You can use Binance Futures testnet to play with fake money to practice. By all means, do that. Use the testnet, practice using all the indicators and practice clicking in and out of trades so that you can get comfortable with it. And then you're not going to really learn that much until you use your own real money. There's just something different about playing with fake money to trade. And as soon as you're using your real money, it's going to be a little bit different. So use money you can afford to lose. Put 50 bucks in there that maybe you don't expect to ever see again and practice with that. It's going to mean a lot for you to practice using this tool. Now, I think this is going to be something that you could really benefit a lot from by practicing and getting better at. And Binance has such a great plethora of tools and I mean, this is such a crazy opportunity. The fact that like you're not even holding Bitcoin, you're literally trading futures on the concept of Bitcoin going up and down. And the great thing about this is most future trading for like standard futures, they happen on stock markets that open and close. So you actually can't do it all day long. Bitcoin futures on Binance, you can trade all day, night and day, 24 hours a day, anytime you want. The other day I woke up at like 4 in the morning and I went and did a workout and I was like, it's 5 a.m. I have 3 hours until the market opens. What should I do? Jumped into Binance, Bitcoin futures, boom, boom, boom. There were some really good morning drops happening. Really felt good about being able to trade anytime. So this is a really basic video. I tried to cover pretty much the most basic stuff about like how to set an order quantity, how to click the price you want, what the difference is between the futures price and the spot price. And the futures price obviously is the price in the futures platform that people are paying up and down, just like how the futures for the S&P 500 are a little bit different than the actual price of the S&P during market. And that's, you can see the difference between where it is the futures price right here and the actual market price or spot price on the right. Now, there's obviously a lot here and it's not the easiest, but it's also not that hard. You can do this. And in fact, the barrier of entry to do this is very low. You can get into Binance and you can send 50 bucks over. And I don't think Binance USA has futures trading yet. So if you're in the US and you can't get into the Binance platform, maybe wait. I think Binance USA should have futures soon. If not, then you can just go ahead and go to Mexico for the weekend and trade there. Or, there might be another video where I can talk about how you can do that. But this video primarily is just the basics of futures trading in Binance. So let's do one more trade and then we'll bounce out of here. So let's say we obviously were targeting it going down and we wanted it to hit down in this low position and we didn't really buy it. We didn't get a sell order on it. So we're kind of recognizing that we missed this drop, right? But we do know where it was going. It went down to the 855 area, and you can see it's now below all of its indicators. It's below all 3 of the moving averages we've been watching, and you can see the volume on the bottom is a really good indicator for which is more likely to be the majority of that minute of candles. Is it's going to be a majority sell or majority buy. So you watching these indicators together gives you a really good idea of what's about to happen. Let's do another one. Let's click in. Let's go up. We're going to buy it up because it's below all these moving averages. Let's click in at 8563 right here and then click buy and click buy long, and it opened the order. It's open. It's sitting at 8563 and it might drop. Ooh, there we go. It filled 8563. And oh no, it didn't fill. Let's cancel it. Let's do it again at 8565. So we clicked in 8565. Oh, it didn't even stay open. It moved straight to our position. It was actually 8566 is our entry position. And you can see the mark price, so the spot price is already at 8568. So we're already up 25 cents in this trade and it's kind of bouncing around a little bit. We lost that 25 cents down to 0. Now we're at 11 cents. Now we're at 0 cents. So I think it's going to go up. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait. Entry point 8566, and I'm targeting exiting at 857, like 857 up here. Basically, I'm looking at where is it going to go. It's going to go above these moving averages. It just keeps going up and down over and over again. It's so crazy. It's so easy. Ideally, looking for our 2%. We're already up to 1.5% return on this. We have 75 cents in our pocket if we close out right now. But if we click market close, like I said, if it moves very quickly inside the the millisecond we click market close, we could lose that profit. In fact, I've done that before where it was up and I clicked market close, and when I clicked market close, the market dropped at the exact same time, and I actually ended up closing at like a -$1, and I had made $2. So I was like, wait, what just happened? And then the market shot right back up, and I would have made $2 or $3, but instead I hit market close and the market shot down just for that weird second, and I lost money. So that's why you want to be able to say, use your limits, use your limit position closing. So use your limit to close positions. We're at 2.7% up, so our entry price was 8,566. Our market price right now for the spot is 8,580. And now look at this green candlestick, so beautiful, such a sexy candlestick. We're at 3.6. We're above 3% return. I don't even think I can say a limit on it. Let's just click market and close. Let's just say market and close it. And we could have maybe waited, but you can see it filled and now it shot right back down. So we kind of captured that right at the perfect moment. So let's go to trade history and look, and we just made $1.79, and that was a pretty good trade. It cost us 20 cents to make $1.79. So we started off the video with $62 and 62 cents, and now we're at $65.03. So we're up about $2. Now, $2 isn't maybe the most crazy return inside of a video, but I didn't want to do this with a bunch of money and show you how much money I could make. I wanted to do this with a small amount of money to show you how you could learn and how you could make money doing this. Now, if you get to the point where you're trading and you feel comfortable and you're consistently making 2% returns, then you can start adding more money into your trading account. So I hope this is a good video for you. I hope this really helped you understand the Binance Futures platform. I did go pretty fast, and I did try to just kind of run through everything to the best of my ability. And I know it's really confusing. There's a lot of numbers on the screen. There's a lot of graphics and things moving around. But if you watch this video a couple times and you play with the test net, I believe in you to be able to understand what's happening here. If you have any questions at all, feel free to tweet at me at my Twitter, or say something in the comments of this YouTube video and make a recommendation for things I can add to the next video. When I do another video, I'll do more live trading with more money, and I'll show you potentially a few more strategies and a few more ideas, like using different fill quantities, using the reduce only function, and also looking at how to use limits more successfully for maybe longer durations of trades instead of trading in and out every minute. Maybe thinking about using the 5-minute candle and looking at making bigger increments by using your limit orders. Now, I really like Binance trading platform. I really like Binance's futures trading platform. So if you guys like this video and it was useful to you, or you enjoyed this and you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel, click the like button on this video and give it a thumbs up, and say something in the comments like, yo bro, thanks, you just helped me make $20,000 in a few minutes. Awesome. And that's the potential. Like, if you keep doing this and keep getting good at it, imagine stacking your account to maybe you have $1,000. That's going to give you $20,000 worth of Bitcoin to trade with, and making 10% daily on $1,000 is $100. So you can make $100 easily a day doing this, I believe, if you practice and if you take your time to learn. And this is open to you just to learn on your own time and take advantage of. I believe in you. You can do it. Have a great day. Have a great day. You're beautiful and amazing just how you are. Subscribe to the channel. And oh yeah, if you like these videos and you want me to make more videos like this, I kind of took a little break from YouTube. I wasn't really creating too much, but I'm getting back going. I have a Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, it means a whole lot. It means so much. It really does. I really do appreciate it. It really helps me out. So if you guys want to contribute to my Patreon, please give me some recommendations for what I can do for tiers. Like, what would I do as rewards for you guys? That would mean a lot too. So give me some comments. Tell me what's going on. Have a great day. Till I see you next time.
Brought to you by your team.